Alright, bro, look. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming back to a topic that we've covered before. A topic that sees us look at the youngest menaces to ever do it. Anime is just full of some of the most diabolical people to ever exist. From people like Toji, who has zero problems headshotting a kid, to maniacs like Frieza destroying entire planets. And civilization. Last time we covered Unzen.
Turn to your neighbor, say hi, and then kill him.
Ho, ho, brother, ho, whoa, 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 now. You got too much dip on your chip.
Killua. And Kid Sasuke,
Studio's tighter than your friend.
Oh my God!
who were in their teens. Today, we've somehow managed to go younger, from 10 years old to 1 month! Bruh, you cannot make this up, bruh. Anywho, before I get started, this video is sponsored by Poly AI. More on them later in the video. Don't forget to join the Discord and donate to me and Omi's cause. By the way, big shout out to anyone who has donated something to us. I know how hard it is to give your hard-earned money to somebody, so a huge shout out to anyone who has donated. And remember, the top 3 donors will be on Mount Hatemore Part 10, so please donate whatever you can. Now, the first person we're gonna be starting with is none other than
Voldigoad だ。
Yes, the Demon King of Riz himself. One thing I feel like a lot of people don't bring up is that this man was 1 month old during the first season. He was born and immediately started yapping. First act of savagery is not letting his parents name him. Like, bro, he didn't even give them a chance. But they're loving parents nonetheless. And the next thing this man decided to do was torture another student with his heartbeat. Bro, you cannot make this up. At first, this man pulled up to him talking trash because he has loving parents. And I guess his parents don't pay attention to him. So Anos huffs and puffs and sigh away his little flame. Also humiliated him by telling him to shut up, and he listened. Anywho, he decided he was not gonna take this L lying down and came back for round 2 during a tournament arc. He ended up getting his hands on some level 99 armor and a cool sword. Yeah! Anos blew out the fire again. And he's like, I'm not going to move from this spot and we'll beat your ass. Eat my ass? Oh my. He didn't say that, but with today's sponsor, meet Poly AI. With over 1 million downloads worldwide, you can have your own conversations with whomever you want. Hey, yo! Bruh. That aside, Poly AI is a must-have app for unleashing your creativity. You can not only have a chat with many other characters, but you can create your own chatbot and give it whatever personality you like. You can have a chat with Meruem, Gaara, or Tanya. Ask her about being X.
Whoa.
Yeah, we all knew she despised being X. You can use my link in the description or pinned comment to download the Poly AI app to get access to premium features. And you don't even have to limit yourself to your phone. Poly AI is also available on Chrome, so don't hesitate to share. So use my code JPTALK8 once you get in the app to get access to the good stuff. Big thanks to Poly AI for sponsoring this video. Anywho, our favorite background character decided to start talking shit and quickly finds out. He starts doing damage with his heartbeat. I don't got no heart. I'm a menace, bitch, you knew this from the start. Yeah, pussy nigga, pull up, get his top. You cannot make this up. Well, somebody did. Anywho, to be more disrespectful, Anos proceeds to torture this man in front of an entire crowd. He kills this man and resurrects him over and over until he made him give up. Now, you think this act of buffoonery would stop here, right? Nah, my boy, you are sorely mistaken. Cause his brother came for revenge and probably got clapped. Anos resurrected his dead brother to fight him. And let me point out, he is literally 1 month old while he's doing this. Another crazy act this menace did was when they put him in a fight with old girl and he spin their fucking castle like a basketball and proceeds to toss that shit like he was Patrick Mahomes. And this all comes to a head when this racist teacher decided to hurt his mom. So yeah, this teacher's been a biatch since the beginning, bro. Because they think Anos is a muggle or not a pure demon or whatever. And so she catches his mom lacking while she was out with the groupies. And yes, Anos has groupies. Anywho, she came to steal this man's sword. And the mom was not letting it go. So she just started firing shots because they're hybrids. And she's racist. She proceeds to start frying the groupies. Like, bro, she was cooking them. Just because the mom, who was based, wasn't handing the sword over. But anywho, she hurts his mom and was about to knock her ass off the senses. But then he showed up. And what he did to her was straight up diabolical. And he's like, oh, so you want to squabble with the big boys. Shut up. He heals his mom and takes her ass to the ring.
Welcome to the Gulag.
And man started cooking immediately. He's like, "Hey, you gonna learn my name, Nyaka? You don't remember my name? You're the demon king of tyranny on those Voldigoad. That's what I thought, Nyaka." So he proceeds to kill her and then bring her back as a hybrid. Like, bro, that is the worst possible thing you could do to a racist. Like, it's like Ruckus finding out he's black. Anywho, to say she wasn't happy is an understatement. But moving on, we will be looking at none other than Chimera Ant King Meruem. By the way, this creature was like 40 days old when he did everything he did. Like, bro, he took over an entire fucking country at 40 days old. And that's not even the worst thing he's done. Mans was eating humans left and right like that shit was a delicacy. Especially the niggas with Nen. But before we get to that part, he had to be born, right? And just like that menace Yujiro, he didn't wait to be born.
Hey, yo, let me out of this thing, bro. I'm ready to be born, bro. Let me out.
The Ant Queen is telling this man, "Hey, bro, it's not time, dude. You still have a little bit left." But Meruem wasn't having any of that bullshit. So he took it upon himself and just burst it out. Like, bro, what kind of menace do you have to be to just do that? That action also killed the queen, by the way. So that was his first act as a fucking menace. And when the Dr. Penguin tried to help her, he murked him. Like, bro, this man came out of the womb with straight Black Air Force activity. Within 1 minute of coming out of the womb, Meruem caught 3 bodies. Because after he killed the penguin, his tail was dirty. And he's like, "Hey, you, clean my tail." This man is still having trauma from seeing his mother burst like a fucking piñata. And so he's hesitating. The old turtle guy who's trying to take some initiative is like, "Oh, I have a handkerchief right here, sonny." And this man murks him. He's like, "I didn't ask you to clean it. I requested him." Like, bro, he had literally no reason to do this. Within 1 minute of you being born, you just took 3 bodies for no reason. And the most egregious act this man has done, him and his 3 lackeys drops into a farm, murks the 2 parents in front of the kid. He eats them and say they're disgusting. After Pito's diabolical ass advise him to not cut off their heads first because the brain matter tastes good, he proceeds to impale this child. And look at Pito ass. They're excited and praising this dude. Anywho, he eats the kid and all he has to say is,
I mean, it's alright, like, overrated as fuck.
"The niggas with Nen taste better," is what he says. And then here go Pito head ass.
"Hey, sire, may I offer you more advice? There is a way to identify the special human."
And he bitch slaps him. Like, bro, this man has been wearing his Black Air Forces since he was born. He's like, "Hey, bitch, don't you insult me like that. I know what they look like." Acting like I'm not smart enough to figure that shit out. Man, tighten up. So yeah, King Meruem was a menace since the day he was born. Well, chose to come out. The next menace we're going to be looking at needs no introduction because everyone loves the reformed menace Gaara. From the jump, this man Gaara had that aura about him. Like he was just better than everybody else. Pulling up and calling Konkuro trash and just insulting everybody else just based on how good he is at controlling his chakra. This man went through the tuning exams and murked like 4 different ninjas, crippled Lee, and went on a rampage as Shukaku. Like, bro, this little menace has been killing people since he was a child. This random ass drunk guy saw him on the street and accidentally bumped into him. And I'm glad to say he stopped drinking after that day. He also stopped breathing, but that's neither here nor there. We move on to the second stage of the tuning exams, where he kills like 3 ninjas for looking at him the wrong way. That rain ninja tried to fight back, but it didn't go so well. We see Gaara's use of the sand coffin for the first time ever. And bro, he grabbed one of the umbrellas this dude was using to cover himself from the blood. And no, I will not fail to mention how Tamari and Konkuro just be meat riding this nigga. During the entire tuning exams, bro, they were glazing this man to all hell. Anywho, the other 2 ninjas that were left started begging for their lives after what they just witnessed. And Gaara, giving 0 fucks, used the same moves on him and killed both of them. Later on in the exams, 2 more ninjas decided to confront him. Like, bro, look at these grown-ass niggas. Where did y'all come from? Anywho, it went as well as anybody else would expect, because they're dead. Look at this horror movie shit this man is pulling right here. The next goober to confront this demon child was Dosu, in the middle of the fucking night. Like, bro, maybe I should have added him to this video, because what kind of a diabolical ass nigga you gotta be to pull up in the middle of the night, hoping this kid is sleeping so you could kill him? Anywho, he chose to fight Gaara, and Gaara, being the ultimate crash out, transforms into Shukaku, scares this man half to death, and took him off the senses. This menace went on to cripple Rock Lee and then completely crashed out against Sasuke. But I'm saving those fights for another video, so you guys gotta wait. Gaara truly is the ultimate crash out. But moving from that, we will encounter pure evil. This is Tanya von Degurechaff, the essence of pure evil. He was a salaryman, but after firing somebody, that same person pushed his ass into an oncoming train, and then God pulled up. Because this man has 0 faith. When God pulled up and tried to get him on board, he completely denounced them. And God was like, I bet, watch this.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
And so we bring you here, where Tanya is reincarnated as a poor little girl. But this little girl holds the title of a menace among menaces. After reincarnating, this demon child made it her mission to find and kill God, aka being X, which is what she refers to him as. We're gonna be looking at two of the most heinous actions this little demon has done. First is sending Kirst and Harold to their deaths just because they disobeyed her orders. Tanya established very early on that if you disobey her orders twice, she won't hesitate to put a bullet through your head. So they're in this battle and they're supposed to be holding off the enemy. But Kirst's hot-headed ass decided it would be a great idea to take out the artillery against Tanya's orders. Afterwards, Tanya talks to them and she's like, alright, you niggas are going home. And they're confused as to why. She's like, the army has no place for idiots who don't follow orders. Kirst is like, man, what the fuck? I volunteered for the front lines, bro. I'm here to fight or die. Tanya's like, oh, so that means you're going to disobey my orders again. Well, how about I give you that death you're looking for right now? She was stopped from killing them. Don't think you niggas escaped my wrath. Later on, she sends their ass to the rear to sit in a fucking pillbox. And a bit later, the first lieutenant hears about Kirst and Harold. And so she goes to report it to Tanya. She's like, so yeah, Kirst and Harold, they're dead, I know. She's like, what? How did you know? And she's like, yeah, you know, man, what a quinky dink. A pillbox does not move. An ideal target for artillery fire. The first lieutenant is like, nah, you did not. A perfect place for niggas who wanted to die. Bro, she really sent these niggas to the rear to die just because they disobeyed her. Mind you, she is around 9 or 10 years old at this point. And this little menace is willing to send niggas to their death. Moving on, a 9-year-old, Tanya, has a run-in with Anson Su and his unit. And in a 10v1, she took out 4 of his men by literally blowing herself up, hoping to get this shit over with anyways. She survived, won a medal, and they promoted her ass to the front line. The opposite of what she wants. She meets Anson on the battlefield again. They have a quick battle, and Anson gets got after yelling on about his homeland. And after sending this nigga to his death, Tanya takes his rifle for herself as an early Christmas present. By the way, that rifle was a personal gift from Mary Sue, Anson's daughter. Later on, they meet on the battlefield again for a 3rd time. And this nigga was cracking up the sky with a fucking shotgun. Like, bro, this man had premium firepower. But she catches him lacking and stabs him. But that nigga grabs her hand and is like, remember me, bitch? And she's like, oh, hell no, it's this nigga being X. So he starts the process of blowing himself up. And Tanya's like, ah, man, fuck this shit. But luckily, she was saved by the first lieutenant and using his own gun. She empties the entire fucking mag on him. And that was the end of Anson Su. Which leads us to Mary Sue. Mary wants revenge for her daddy, so she joins the army. And this bitch is crack!
What the heck?
Bro, look at this shit. Nobody else is doing this. They're like, ain't no way, bro. She must have emptied her entire magic reserves doing that attack. But no. She kept spamming that shit. She literally had the power of God in anime on her side. Anywho, she meets Tanya for the first time on the battlefield and sees Tanya out of ammo. So she goes to kill that bitch. But Tanya threw the mag at her face and then gut checks her with the gun. As she's being hit, Tanya's thinking, oh, a young girl. Well, I guess that goes for the both of us. But Mary Sue, on the other hand, she notices the engraving on the gun and she's like, oh hell no. As she's falling, her power goes into overdrive, most likely the work of being X. Tanya, noticing this, empties the clip on her, but she survived. And now she's on Tanya's ass with a burning vengeance. She's angry and babbling at Tanya, but she don't know what the fuck is going on. Anywho, this bitch Mary Sue is way too fucking broken, cause she's just casually firing kamehamehas at Tanya, and her magic does not seem to be running out. After a building fell, blowing up a bunch of dust, Tanya prepares to literally fire a fucking nuke at this bitch. Point blank, my nigga. Oh my god. There is no reason anybody should be able to do this much damage. Anywho, Tanya lands in front of the blazing inferno she caused, and oh my goodness. I don't got no heart. I'm a menace, bitch, you knew this from the start. Yeah, pussy nigga. Mary Sue is walking out of the fire, still own life! At this point, Tanya's flabbergasted. She hit Tanya so hard she went flying. And after knocking Tanya down, she gets on top of her and starts beating the daylights out of Tanya, bruv. After finishing, she drags Tanya by the statue and starts praying. And that's when she made the mistake of turning her back to her opponent. She gets hit with a knife, and as she turns around to confront Tanya, she unloads an entire clip into her. And when Tanya was about to get the final shot, Mary Sue got saved by her friend. Like, bruh. Tanya is not to be messed with. Tanya has been a little menace since she was a child, sending people to their deaths and traumatizing other children. Anywho, thanks again, Poly AI, for sponsoring the video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.